for that. In the meantime, we are going to go to a break, and then coming out of the break, we got other news. We got Bellator. We have Vitor Belfort. Have you guys seen what this guy looks like now? More with the DuCross Brothers Sports Warriors right here. Stay tuned. Smash that like button. Show your support. And we'll be right back after this break. The DuCross Brothers of Sports Warriors, a combat sports talk show where we talk about Muay Thai, MMA, wrestling, you name it. Anything that is done inside of a squared circle, we got you guys covered. We are the DuCross Brothers, Shaun and Tristen DuCross. All right, everybody, we are back. We are still here. We are the DuCross Brothers. I'm Tristen DuCross. This is my brother, Shaun DuCross. Right back there, as you see. Right above me, iloveanti.com for all your CBD needs. Use the promo code DuCrossBros and get 10% off. You can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe and then hit the bell notification. You can follow us on there as well. We're also on iTunes. So, Shaun, Bellator MMA says the landscape of mixed martial arts is changing because of COVID-19.
It is. It is. And it's all about adapting and who your backers are. And we all heard it this week that, well, there's discussion that they're going to go on a sound stage somewhere in LA.
It could be at Paramount. It could be at CBS Studios.
Well, that's the interesting thing is that it says on a Hollywood studio lot. So the first one I came up with is, wait, LA? Universal Studios.
Yeah.
The backlot where 90% of the shows are filmed. Like
I immediately thought too, Universal Studios, because I immediately jumped to Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
Impact Wrestling used to have it. NWA Power has gone back to studio wrestling.
Yep.
So it is very possible that they could do an MMA show out of a soundstage and do it really well out of it. Especially when you have the Paramount money and you have the backing that Bellator has. You have money to make it something unique and something special.
Absolutely.
It's possible.
Absolutely. And when you talk about Viacom has pockets. They are super deep. They're loaded. They got connections all over the spectrum. Like you said, Paramount. They could do it at probably Universal Studios. It's endless. It's really endless. And what they could probably do is unique compared to what the UFC can probably do. Because of the fact Viacom is a production. That's what they do. They've got people in that area. Not to take anything away from what UFC does. UFC tries to do everything on a grander scale. Bellator can do it on a much smaller scale. Kind of like what Impact does. Kind of what AEW is doing kind of thing. Where you've got UFC trying to do like what WWE is doing. And trying to go big or extravaganza. It could be a hit and miss. These are going to be trying days to really figure out what we're going to look for.
kind of how we're going to get UFC and not think about, wow, there's no fans there.
Right?
That's my issue. That's my thinking, is that how are we going to take away the fact that we know there are no fans there? Bellator could do that at a soundstage because
Bellator
they
could
could
get creative
feed
for
in
sure.
audio. Impact fed in audio, where they have chants of Impact Wrestling, Moose. They had audio in the back, so while you were watching, you can get it.
That reminds me to go back to the first one, to UFC 249. That's what the UFC is going to do. They're going to be emphasizing the audio on the corners, coaching, the fighters, the sound between the fighters, the punches and the kicks. Where does that sound like it's coming from? The parallels are there, and it is slightly entertaining.
Yeah, so Bellator also made, Scott Coker also made the announcement that big time fights at big time arenas are probably going to be far in between and probably be done. That's why
And
he's
that's
thinking
what I'm
smaller
hearing.
venues. He's thinking smaller venues, soundstage. He just thinks that's the realistic possibility of MMA, at least into 2020 and possibly 2021.
And that's what I'm hearing right now, Tristan, is that they're only going to have in venues like 15,000 people. The days of 50,000 seat arenas are gone.
You might see them more out here at Temecula, at Pachanga.
Probably. Or any small type of venues that could seat maybe 15,000 or 20,000. You may have that. Whether people want to admit it or not, that's going to be the next debate that people are going to have to come to terms with it. It's just like restaurants. Restaurants are going to change. You're not going to be able to have over 200 people in a restaurant. You maybe have about 50 people in a restaurant.
And the servers might be wearing a mask and gloves.
That's probably not going to happen anymore. But but the changes, the social distancing is still going to be there. That's not going to go anywhere.
No, adjustments are going to have to be made.
Yeah, and people are going to have to realize that aspect, and the sports are going to, it's going to take some time to adapt to. It really is.
And you've seen the photos of the arenas that are allowing fans, that have made adjustments to allowing fans
yeah,
in.
like the boxing card in Nicaragua.
Yeah, and we showed the photos on last week's show, so if you want to see last week's show, go to our YouTube station. And it is going to have to kind of be an understanding that your normal for combat sports or sports in general is gone for now, at least. You are going to have to be open and receptive to the idea that the social distancing, when fans come back, is going to be there. It's just going to look weird.
It is. And again, my motto, embrace the weird. Embrace the weird.